Welcome to another installment of the AKEXP. I'm Aaron.
And I am going to tell you why it is so hard to break up with a Japanese girl. Because you have to drop the bomb twice before she gets the point. And also, my name is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So, what do you got for us tonight? I am effectively Hercules.
I don't have much of anything now. I've forgotten it all.
Don't Fukushima with me. Let's get this going, man.
It's like a bomb. No.
Yeah.
You dropped a bomb on
this podcast. Yeah, you're suffering.
This is not Giant Bombcast.
Let's get past this fallout here. We can do this, man.
All right. So it's been a minute since we did our last fucking official thing. We've done a lot of live casts. We've done live videos of us playing games. We've
experience points, of
fucking audio logs. But like,
yeah, we've done a lot.
Wanted to kind of like take it back to the way that it all kind of fucking started, goes, whatever.
Going back to square one.
Going back to the way that to a regular podcast thing.
See my phone?
Phone is gone
for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't get to put little messages up saying what you're looking at.
Do the Watch Dogs thing. Have my fake message. That's an idea.
You could turn on and off the podcast with it, maybe. You could insert Hideos.
Hey, you know what? That game is a 8.5 according to Game Informer.
Well, it's an 8 sucks dick according to Aaron.
Who's that guy?
He's a nobody.
Effectively. Only about 700 people care about him.
Only about.
So, what have you got for us today, Aaron?
Well, I just figured that since we haven't done an official thing in forever.
That's right, we haven't.
We've got two major things going on right now. We did just come out of E3. That whole thing happened, and right now we've got the Steam Summer Sale going on.
I'm so much more excited about the Summer Sale than I am about anything at E3.
Right. Well, that was the whole point. Like, yeah. E3, was it a flop? Was it?
It was Magikarp. That's pretty much. E3 was a Magikarp, and this is a Gyarados.
So does that mean right now it's a Magikarp, and 2015 it will be a Gyarados?
You got me there. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right now we got what was effectively like Magikarp last year. It's like, oh, okay, here's some pretty cool games. I'm not paying full price for Batman Arkham Origins, but the Summer Sale will come around. I might pick it up, and that's what I did. And a lot of other handful of great games out right now.
Would you say that Arkham Origins was a good game?
I don't know, but I think it's worth $7.
No, it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same fucking thing as the other games, just more of it. So it's a good tide over for the next game, which isn't coming out this year anymore, which is a big complaint I have about E3. So let's get to our first point. E3 2014. What did you think about it? You can't talk to me, camera.
Don't. Okay, if you stare at it, it won't.
I was hoping it would, actually.
Nope. Not going to talk.
Not very.
It's just a camera.
That's unlogical to think that it would. Hey, no. Hold on. Before we get started with the E3 2014.
What are these?
We're going back home with this. It all started with an arrow shot. And now the E3 is over, I think we should send it off with a nice UV Sriracha hot pepper flavored vodka.
Am I going to get sunburned if I drink it?
I don't know, but I think your intestines are going to fall out. Speaking of fall out.
I might get cancer.
Hey, it's 50-50 chance. I mean, it is UV. It is cancerous.
I can't even get the top off.
Oh, no, you can't get the top off. Bitch.
I can always get the top off.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, while we're doing this, did you ever check out Valiant Hearts? It came out this week.
Hearts.
It's that World War I game. It came out on PlayStation Network.
No, I didn't.
You didn't check it out yet?
No. I'm excited about it because I've read reviews about it, and the reviews that I've read are saying that it gets almost a little bit too dry in its storytelling because it does concentrate on a lot of history that's in there.
I like history though.
Me too.
Okay.
So like
maybe it's
the
more for us.
negativity that's coming from it
Is negativity
is like,
you find positive?
yeah, I'm like, okay, that sounds actually pretty cool. I kind of want to check it out now after all.
You
And
guys check it out. Let me know.
and it's a puzzler that they said didn't involve as much combat, which like that's too.
You're a
Golden
puzzler.
I like puzzle games.
Yeah.
I like
Puzzle as into Braid or puzzle as into Bejeweled 3? Or
puzzle is into Braid.
Cool.
But like my ideal would be like an Oddworld Abe's Exodus. Oddworld, like
Never played any of the Oddworld games.
Dude, what's great about it is that, like what I'm getting as a description from this, you're not going into it for the combat. You're going into it for you would kill things in Oddworld, but you had to like.
Wasn't Stranger's Wrath pretty much a FPS? Is that different?
You're talking about the one where you had a crossbow or whatever, and you could. Yeah, it was.
That was just,
but
it was in the universe of Oddworld. It just was a different kind of game.
Yeah.
What was Munch's Odyssey? The Xbox One original Xbox game came out with
play it.
That was a big get for the original Xbox to have the Oddworld games. I remember that being a thing. I didn't get it. I didn't know what it was about. But something that comes up to time is actually an HD collection of Oddworld. There's a new Oddworld coming. I hear
it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like the thing. Xbox, you have some things. And that's something else to talk about in a little bit once we do these horrible drink things, which I don't.
Okay.
It says hot pepper.
It's Sriracha. Is that Sriracha flavored?
Sriracha. I can't say it because I'm an American.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, do we have to drink all of it?
Let's drink.
To midgets. Because
they're small.
This is a full size to a small size. I don't know. Oh my God.
Sriracha does not go well with alcohol.
Or coffee.
Oh, that was terrible, dude. Why do you always? Oh man.
Oh, I'm gonna hate all things red from now on.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna cut my blood and let it out.
Just
get
glad
out of my
I
body.
didn't drink all of that.
Oh, it's like if a hot pepper had an asshole, I just licked it. Like I just brown holed a fucking chili pepper.
Dude.
Oh, and now it's starting to settle.
Fuck, dude.
Just ruined the podcast.
Dude, ruined. Like Sriracha sauce normally goes good over eggs and shit. I wouldn't dare put that on anything that Sriracha sauce.
It was at the checkout and the guy said you should put a pickle juice.
I could drink a straight bottle of Sriracha sauce before I could drink another shot of that.
Brought to you by UV. Ask for it by name. Or just sit outside in the sun, whichever one you feel like doing.
What did they want you to do with that?
Put it pickle juice.
Really?
Yeah, he said, hey, you should mix it with pickle juice. It'll go well. I'm like, okay.
Because pickle juice will fucking overwhelm it and you won't be able to taste
now
it
I see
anymore.
why you said that. Hey, say, might as well set it on fire and chop your dick off. Because that'll make it better. UV asked for it by name. No, okay. Have you heard the news? Speaking of Microsoft's games, have you heard of the news that Capcom is open to be bought?
Yeah. And I heard, I've read a lot of people being like, Microsoft should buy it, but I don't.
They should. Because, let's face it, Capcom is never going to make the games we want without being, if Microsoft were to buy, then they're like, well, y'all either leave or we're going to take your properties and make Resident Evil 7. And then we're going to make Street Fighter 5. We're going to finally make Mega Man again. We're going to finally make Dino Crisis. Y'all forgot about that, didn't you?
Dino Crisis.
Y'all forgot about that.
Happen again, dude.
Actually, there's been a lot of talk about it.
It's not.
Why not? That's my.
I'm not saying
if
that
Microsoft were able to buy it. If I was in charge of Microsoft,
do you believe in Microsoft?
Yes, I do believe in Microsoft.
Why do you believe in it?
I believe in because. All right, I'm a fanboy for Microsoft. I was an Xbox original owner because I saw the glimmer of games. Like, okay, yeah, it was a giant turd. I get that. There was a little kernel of diamond corn. Let's just put it that way. In this turd called Halo, and I thought this is awesome. So,
but that's
Halo.
Microsoft is not the developer. They just give money to the developer.
But then that was cool. And then that was a reason to own Xbox. And that's when, okay, all right, yeah. And they did a whole Xbox Live. And I was like, okay, they're innovating on this. They made me want to play online with people. That was cool. Then on the 360, not only did I enjoy everything I played on the 360, all multi-platform games, I played on 360 because of the interface, because of the community, because of achievements, and because of Xbox Live Arcade. I had my access to indie games like I had never had before. I had my access to downloadable games, quick and easy. It was awesome. Network compatibility was good for me, at least. I didn't have PSN problems like I always did on PS3. Loved it. And it's hard for me, as I thought the Xbox One would continue on that tradition. And I thought, there's no way the PlayStation 3 is ever going to win me over. The PS2 never won me over. Well, it did at the time until I got the Xbox. The graphics are always better on there. And, my
later.
Chaos Theory was a great, man. Chaos Theory was beautiful on there. Didn't have a PC to play it on. PC games like then sucked the multi-platform ones.
Okay,
you want to play Chaos 3 before you had controller support unanimously?
I'm not talking about Chaos.
Well, I'm talking about multi-platform games that were like built on consoles and ported over to PC. Back then, PC ports were shit. Typically speaking,
PC ports for the consoles were shit.
Both back and forth. It wasn't until mid 360 until you started seeing games like, okay, you just plug in a 360 controller, it works fine, or that or this Assassin's Creed actually handles better on PC than
typically
it does
what I've found
on 360
in general.
Obviously, but it wasn't always the case. It wasn't always the case, and you know that.
No, what I know is that games that were generally crafted around a controller didn't port well over to the PC.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not commonplace, and to this day it's not commonplace that games start out crafted around a controller and then go to PC. Generally, most games are made on a computer and then they're ported over to controllers, and then it's up to the developers to say, now that we're porting it over to the controllers, we need to make sure that the controller is right and that it fits it right. And so usually they're at least on par, if not better, on PC.
I think you're right about some of that, but I think most games now are made with controllers in mind because most gamers play on a TV.
Right, but
even with PCs.
But like in the case of Titanfall most recently, it's just as good on computer as it is on controller. The controller is great.
I prefer the controller, honestly.
It's crafted around the controller flawlessly, but it's also crafted around the keyboard.
Yeah, for a $20 game, I think it's great, and it's crafted around the controller just fine. They keep removing modes too. I saw that somewhere that they're taking out more.
And talking about Steam Summer Sale with Titanfall, they tried to for whatever what is it? Origin that has Titanfall,
the greatest name ever created.
They tried to pull away from the Steam Summer Sale by offering up Titanfall with 2 or 3 days free on Origin, so that you'd go over to Origin and play that for a few days.
Hey, we've got Titanfall and a busted ass game called Battlefield 4, and we got Battlefield 3 still. You probably already own it, and we have all of our other Battlefield games you can no longer play online. So
you know who else has a? Sorry, I keep itching this thing. I gotta
Ubisoft.
Huh?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. I was gonna say kind of. Oh, is Uplay still around? I thought they did away with.
That's Ubisoft. Yeah, they still use it. I mean,
I thought it was being done away with.
So far as in the Far Cry 3, they still had it. I don't know if they have it.
I think that they might. I think that might have been the thing that got done away with. Did
Black
Unreal Tournament?
Black Flag had it.
Oh, GameSpy Arcade got done away with.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's what knocked out all the Battlefield 2 games. Battlefield 1942, which is a fucking shame.
Right.
And Nintendo Wi-Fi, Nintendo's online version, Wii. The Nintendo Wii games are all unplayable online now because GameSpy went down.
Really?
They use the infrastructure that GameSpy used to supply, and without that infrastructure around, they can't do that.
Well, actually, that doesn't surprise me because Nintendo hasn't really been. They didn't come into the whole internet world and still haven't just gotten it with the Wii U either.
I dig it on Wii U.
They're doing their own thing. It's not.
I love the Miiverse. Sometimes I get on my Wii, my whole session of being on the Wii, I'm just drawing shit in Miiverse.
I'm not. Yeah.
Borderline never offensive. Don't want to get flagged, but borderline. Always borderline. But they introduced stamps recently, and it took away from it all. So now you can just put a stamp in Mario.
Yeah.
But there were some.
But you can do a stamp and then you can draw on the stamp.
But there's a lot of great artists out there on that fucking little touchpad. I'm not one of them. I draw cows with afros 90% of the time. And that's
what does that mean?
There's a game called Funky Barn on there. And a while back, the Giant Bomb was like, is it their unofficial Nintendo Wii community? Because they were making fun of the game, and everybody kind of just wanted to go see what this game was about, and it's what you think. It's like a farm sim thing, but funky. I don't remember, honestly. It's fucking weird. I don't know why it exists. Either way, so people just go and draw like evocative images that have the word funky and barn in their heads. Oh, funky barn. A chicken in a disco ball, which is a Saturday night to me. You know, I bet that's not far off in my future. I'm pretty sure at some point
and disco
I will
balls.
be in my living room with my chicken and a disco ball.
You have a single chicken?
I have one chicken left. So
Rest got eaten by possum?
Bobcats. And a fox. I caught the fox one day, but the bobcat has been eluding me for a while.
Caught the fox.
I saw the fox. I didn't catch it. I just saw it. I was like,
you caught him in the act.
Yeah, he was chasing the chicken. I scared him off, but like I called him. I was like, "Hey, don't eat my fucking chicken." And he was like, "I'm a fox. I can't speak." So he ran off. But the bobcat I hear at night and it's like, "Wow!" I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And they're really loud. Like a woman screaming almost. So it was like, what the fuck is that noise? And my son come running out of his, like, not running, I'm going to be like walking out.
Daddy, why is a woman screaming in the backyard again?
No, not again. Ear muffin. He walked out. He's like, what is that? Like, I'm scared. Like, it's nothing. It's just a bobcat. And then like the next day I picked him up and he literally, I'm not making this up. He's like, just out of a kind of conversation came up. He's like, so, to get rid of that bobcat, we should get a bob dog. You're not wrong. I'm not going to tell him he's wrong. But I'm going to say, yep, you're right. We should get a bob dog. And I thought that'd be the end of that, but he brings it up all the time. It's like,
hey, you want to get a bob dog? The bob dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, video games. I was actually playing. I was playing Fear 2, 3 that night.
Did you buy the Fear collection?
No. This is a while back. No,
it's on there. The whole like Fear collection.
Just
is
buy
like
Fear 2.
$27.
Don't buy anything else but Fear 2.
I think Fear 3 was okay. For a second.
Hold the fuck on. Hold
for a second. No, I'm not saying it was a good game.
What game did you say was bullshit a second ago? What game was it you saying? Oh, it's garbage.
I was talking about that game Dishonored.
Okay.
You
say Dishonored is complete shit. You say it had potential. Fear 3 never had potential.
No, it didn't. Shit. That's the reason that it's okay because it didn't sell it.
Okay.
It didn't. I bought it on a whim on one of the Steam sales at some point, and I was like, well, let me just see what this game's all about. And then I was like,
in your defense,
oh, cool. I had a fun time there for a second.
Yeah, okay. I can't
just
knock
revisiting
you.
the Fear universe.
It's your opinion. You had fun with it.
But I bought Dishonored thinking, this game's going to be fucking awesome because I've been reading so much shit. It's like
50 E3 awards all over the box. Yeah. Game of E3. And you play it's like, this is not game of E3 or nor of the year. And it wasn't. Like, the attention for that game dropped the fuck off.
Dude.
And I liked it. I liked the stealth was shit. The gameplay was shit.
That's the whole fucking point, dude. The whole point was that it's supposed to be. This is why. And
I hate stealth games, so this is why I liked it. So.
Okay. I haven't had this to the full extent with you, this discussion to the full extent with you that I wanted to. But this is why I liked Thief more than Dishonored.
The new Thief?
The newest Thief.
You bought Thief?
More than Dishonored.
Do you own it for like PlayStation 4?
I own it for PC.
I should have saw that coming.
Just saying.
Tell me the story. Why?
Well, it at its core, it's simple. Because of the stealth mechanics that they both sold me.
Yeah.
Thief does them better. If I want a game where I get to fucking sneak around and I get to distract people and I get to find ways around and have like 3 options in what's like a linear, not really linear area or whatever, like Deus Ex done poorly, I'd rather play Thief than play Dishonored. Because Dishonored, I keep hearing people say that it was a good game, but it fucking wasn't from a stealth perspective.
From a stealth, okay. It wasn't a great game.
Which is what it was sold on.
It wasn't a great game, but I love the atmosphere. I love the setting. That was great. It was very, very Bioshock.
Which you can totally get in Thief.
It was very Bioshock-esque. No, the world had a very not like real feel to it. It's very steampunky. I don't know Thief.
That's the way that Thief was.
Steve. I love Steve. Yeah, Steve the Thief. Steve. I'm the Steve in the night.
Wow.
All right. No, but I like Dishonored. What I liked about Dishonored, what made Dishonored for me, with powers, the ability to teleport.
Yeah.
The what was it? Warp or jump or flick or Penis. I don't know what the name of it was, but I thought it was awesome. I was like, okay, so it kind of threw it. It took what I hate about stealth games, and it was effectively having to work at it.
Sorry about that.
But
hand me that, and I'll turn it off. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt, guys.
Speaking of Watch Dogs, I hated it.
No, but
I did hate Watch Dogs.
Dishonored.
Yeah, no, Dishonored, and the whole fuck. What was it called? You could just it's a word. Blink. God. Wow. There you go. You can blink. And you can like blink and hit an edge and kind of come up over it, and it just. I don't know. I kind of dug it, but the more I think about it, the more I remember why I didn't finish playing it.
Right. No,
there's no consequence really.
Well,
you can just kill people.
Yeah.
Guys will run at you. You just pull the trigger and you cut their necks up, which was cool to look at the first few times. Then it was like, all right, so nobody can kill me. I can just stab everyone. Counter and kill.
As far as stealth gameplay goes, with a game like that, Deus Ex did it better than it did itself, which on a game where you say we're going to go the whole stealth direction, Deus Ex did it better, and Deus Ex said you don't even have to do the stealth thing. You can totally just keep having fun by doing it this way, and it's going to be challenging.
I love Deus Ex.
Dishonored wasn't challenging either way that you went, and in the stealth direction, okay, the thing that fired me up the most was that you had options to pick up objects around the world and like fucking throw them to like try and distract guards, which is old school fucking Metal Gear Solid. And then the guards just go, what? And keep walking on their path.
Okay. All right. You're right.
They didn't even walk towards. They're just like, oh yeah, something broke over.
I was like, yeah, okay, I'm still going to have to come after you, aren't I? And then there was that whole, what I thought was cool was...
you could even throw like 10 bottles. Whatever. And
it was kind of
like
possessing animals was cool to do distractions. And then he could okay. Thief was, I never played Thief because of the reviews and the fact that the reviews really threw me off. Like,
right.
This is staggering.
I'm just saying, if you're going to play Dishonored, and if you think that Dishonored was a good game, then go on and play Thief. Give it a shot, but don't play either. Really, if you're going to spend money on a game, don't play either. But totally, if you're going to pick one of the two, like if right now you were to be like, I want to play
Metal Gear Solid 5,
go play Deus Ex.
Okay. MGS5 was a great stealth game. It was challenging and hard, and it lasted not long at all. So I had to suffer through some bullshit. Okay, it was very easy.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't pay money for it. It's a demo.
MGS5, the demo, that game, it was great. But you're right. It takes away all the challenge because you get spotted and like they go into an alert state where you go, and it's like, oh. This is me in slow motion, by the way. Oh, I'm going to pull my gun up and shoot you in the head and nobody knows that you saw me. And it's really kind of turned into an action game. And granted, you can probably play it however you want. But then
I think that they'll get the whole stealth thing.
But I enjoyed it. No, I enjoyed the shit out of it. And you call it the demo, and I know you shouldn't pay money for it, but I did. And
so did I.
In a lot of ways, I kind of get my money's worth. Like I enjoyed a lot of it. I played a lot of it. I did. I played a lot of the missions.
Dude,
I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry.
Here's what I just got my money's worth on.
Tell me about your money's worth.
Cut you off. And you recommended this game to me.
Beat Hazard?
No. No, God damn it, something royal. I was just playing.
Shit. Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy. Why did I say royal? Anyway.
I don't know. I do not know.
Anyway, Rogue Legacy.
Yes.
I just spent $5 on that.
It was like $3.74,
or $3 or something.
Yeah.
On Steam Summer
It'll come
sale.
back. The last day of the Steam sale, it'll come back, and I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I thought I had bought it, but I forgot that my internet had went out when I was trying to do the pay process thing. Went downstairs and reset it, and I came back. I totally forgot to purchase it. So I'm pumped to play it. I told you about it. So I was like, I want to play this game.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cheap. I want to play it.
If you're a dungeon crawler fan, if you ever played like Epic Dungeon on Xbox Arcade,
it's a lot like it reminds me of Binding of Isaac a little bit. You ever played that?
Yeah. Well, that's that class. That's that dungeon crawler game.
It's called a roguelike. Because
is that what it's called?
Yeah, there's a game a long time ago called Rogue, and it did that whole procedurally generated or randomly generated kind of
where
gameplay.
You die and you start all the way from the beginning.
Yes. I heard the term roguelike used a lot to describe games like this.
I've always heard them called dungeon crawlers.
It could be either or, but I think the fact that it's procedurally generated is why I call it that.
So what happens is you have a character and you go through, and it's a side scroller. It's like a fucking Metroid type or Castlevania.
Metroidvania is what they call it.
Yeah, it's that type side scroller game. So it's not your typical dungeon crawler where you have like the over the top view like Binding of Isaac, like Epic Dungeon, like all those. It's the side scroller version, but like, so you go into the castle, and when you die, it's over for that character that you're playing as. But the cool thing that they added that I've never seen before is that every time you start the dungeon, you don't start with like the same type character or one of 4 characters. You start with you get a choice. You get 3 characters to pick from, and there are different types. Like right now, I've got like the choice of barbarian, knight, paladin, fucking some ninja type or something. And anyway, there's a few different types, and you can level up that type of person outside of that person. Like you put into a skill tree every time that you get money, and then so whenever you get that choice of person or whatever, you can pick them, and it's going to have those stats that you've reserved for them, and then you can buy items on top of that are with you forever too, and they like take away from stats and add to stats. And
so you pretty much you grind.
You're grinding to get a better character. And you grind and grind and grind.
So you find a
character
that fits your playstyle better.
Right. Okay. And like, so right now the goal in the dungeon for me is I'm trying to beat this first boss. And the dungeon's randomly generated every time. So to find the boss is actually a challenge in itself. And the fucking dungeon's hard as fuck.
Reminds me of a Smash TV a little bit, finding the level boss.
Smash TV.
We'll talk about that another
time.
That's an arcade cabinet that I want to buy, but it's hard to come by. Smash TV, it's really good. It's a classic arcade game. It's 2-player. Check it out. It's on a. If you have Xbox 360 and looking to play a game, I'd say go find. No, I don't think it's available anymore. Now that Midway's gone. But Smash TV, yeah, people know what I'm talking about. It's not like a roguelike at all. It's an arcade game, so there's no way it could be. But it was like that. You're set up in a room. It's like, what was that fucking movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he's in the futuristic world? TV, Running Man.
Okay,
it's like that. It's like it's like a TV show. It is like an early 90s game anyways, and you have rooms. You kind of go to different rooms, and it's like a grid, so you don't really know where to go to find the boss. You can actually there's actually a way to go to find the boss. That's what I always thought. I was like, oh, hey, there's the boss, because you go into the room, you can pick 3 ways to go. You can't go the way you came, so you just pick 3 ways and you kind of go through, and it's always different. Or not always, but it's all
interesting. Smash TV.
Maybe my memory's fuzzy. Maybe it's a little bit shittier than I remember, but
probably because you just drank some of that UV bullshit.
Yeah. Are you seeing weird? Just everything's weird.
And it wasn't acid. This time.
Either way, Rogue Legacy looks good.
No, yeah, good. Check it out. Fucking $3, I guess. Right.
Like I was saying, when the Steam sale ends, they always put everything back up to sale for one more day, and not very long either. Admittedly, it does kind of disappear on you. So don't hesitate, pull the trigger.
But there have been a lot of good games on that Steam sale that I've seen. So even if you don't,
I'm waiting.
Rogue Legacy,
I'm actually waiting on Starbound.
I haven't seen it pop up on there yet.
No, I'm waiting. My son. Okay,
I'm sure it's going to.
My son was like, he asked me if there's anything he can have, like a new game. I was like, I don't know if there's anything you'd want to play. And I was like, hold on. So we sat down. He sat down with me, and we got on Steam, and I pulled up.
Oh yeah, he's a Minecraft fan.
He's a Terraria fan. He's a big Terraria guy too.
Okay. Well, then he'll love Starbound.
Yeah, no. And I was like, it basically is. And it looks fun though. The fact that you kind of spawn anywhere like different every time. It looks like a holdover for No Man's Sky. I mean, I dig that
2D side-scrolling version.
Something about that whole aspect of traveling around like that in Starbound. It's like has that adventurous feel that Super Metroid had as a kid. It's like I really felt like I was in a different place when I was playing that game, and it was like, this is like a cool world. Like you can see in the foreground, there's some stuff back there, even though I know I can never go there. Kind of had that, it just evoked that feeling of being a stranger in a strange world, and I'm like, this is awesome. And the games that are 2D have that effect on me. Like Starbound, I watched the video, I was like, that's awesome. You see something in the foreground, the atmosphere had a feel to it, they kind of brought me in. Things like Skyrim just fucking destroy me with whole like wonder of the world because I can go anywhere. And there's no wonder. I can just go to it. And whatever I can go to, there's some janky reason why I can't go over this hill or this mountain.
Not in Skyrim. Skyrim doesn't prevent.
I am the one person who just did not like Skyrim. I tried so hard to like Skyrim. It just wasn't. Everyone's like, it is so amazing. It's like, do I have to go through menus and like do shit? Because that's not. I don't like that. I barely. The only reason
I have to develop a character in an RPG?
I don't develop characters. I don't like RPGs. I like my character to be either given to me or blank, like Gordon Freeman. I don't like powering up or whatever. I like being a person and using my skills as a player and what's given to me against the world. Not like, all right, I'm going to stat myself in this way. I'm going to stat myself in that way because I can't decide on anything.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to have.
As evident by my lifestyle. And I take major risks all the time blindly. So I'm just going to stat magic all the way. That was a bad decision. God.
No, it's good.
No, but
if you're going to go in a direction in an RPG, the way to do it is to go in one direction.
Yeah, it is. But the older I've gotten, the more I'm going to be good at magic and
fighting people.
What if I could like
necromancy.
Lightsaber this guy 4 times in a row instead of 3? I don't know. I mean, there are like Pokemon. Like, I've dug Pokemon as a kid, and I still find Pokemon really alluring to me for its reasons. Grindy as
Pokemon
it is.
MMO, please happen.
That would be great. And the new Pokemon we get this year is like a remake. I never played the originals. There's a lot of things. I never played a Zelda game. I never played Castlevania. I played Shadow Complex. Does that count?
Dude, you're bumming me out.
Hey, man, we all have our things we didn't play.
Yeah, well.
I'm trying to think. Did you play Street Fighter 3?
Sure.
No, you didn't. Did you play the Alpha? EX? King of Fighters 99?
Dude, if I play Street Fighter, it's all Street Fighter to me.
It's just no, it's not. Did you play Turbo? 2 Turbo? Super? Did you play Super?
Turbo
Championship Edition?
and Fallout.
See, we're different gamers. Yeah. I am an arcade cabinet loving fighting game enthusiast, and you are.
I picked up a Turbo and Need for Speed or one of those racing games.
All right, calm it down, Vin Diesel. Let's keep going. Keep this podcast going before we veer off track. Steer in the right direction. We don't need to burn out on anything. I don't want to get tired on any subject.
Okay, Paul.
All right, let's drift into something else. Way to be a ridge racer.
You've done racing puns for too long. You can just.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
I am Ejaculatron. I'm coming for you.
So thanks for joining us again, ladies and gent and ladies, or
there's that
gents and ladies.
There's that one lady that likes our stuff, and then there's just a whole bunch of dudes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So to you, lady, it's been fun.
Kind of, for a split second there, I thought that she was gonna talk back.
Oh.
Logitechna. So you sure that camera won't talk to me if I stare at it for a while?
Say what?